And initially this was designed to be a panel session, but that didn't happen, and Cindy will say a few words of why it didn't happen. So it's just Cindy and me today. This is the first time ever that porn is being discussed in a global advertising forum. It's the first time ever. And I think it's important because for brands that are targeting youth, it's a really important topic to understand. It's a massive phenomenon. Internet, as you all know, the average age of exposure to porn today on the internet. This is where I'm from originally. And when you come from a country, you see the world. It's like having glasses on. You see the world in a certain way. And these are some stereotypes, but there's some truth to stereotypes sometimes. So this is how I see the world. But if you're from somewhere else, or if you have a different values and culture, you might see the world differently. And we do not know how this survey was done. But we're in France, so I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. Anyway, the cultural differences, brands can go beyond a little bit and break the rules and get attention that way. I'm sure you all know this one pretty much breaks all the rules and got a lot of attention. This is for the Saudi market, a Danish brand of lingerie. Now, you might or might not know, when fashion magazines are imported into Saudi Arabia, the customs officers black out with a felt pen flesh. And this is the brand that actually has pre-blacked out flesh, and it was circulated on internet and helped the brand get a lot of sales in a market where there are many sophisticated women and a big market for lingerie, even though you can't advertise this publicly.
So guys, can I start by saying that I was enormously impressed when Elliot and TextAppeal approached me about this session, and I'm equally impressed that the Cannes office agreed to support this, because I think this is a very important conversation. Let me explain my own interest in this area. I date younger men. They tend to be men in their 20s, and through dating younger men, I encountered very directly and personally the real ramifications of the creeping ubiquity of hardcore pornography in our culture. So today, as Elliot said, porn is more freely and widely available via the internet than it ever has been before. Therefore, kids are accessing it at earlier and earlier ages than they ever have before. And so we now have, as I can personally testify, an entire generation growing up that believes that what you see in hardcore porn is the way that you have sex. And this is exacerbated because we all have sex, but we never talk about it. I want to go into advertising. I go, why? And there's usually a very long silence, and then, verbatim answer, I don't know. That's a very good question. And so what I mean by that is, the future is not about going into advertising. The future is about, and this is how I would urge all of you to think, the future is about what would I like to see change, what would I like to make happen, and what is the best way of making that happen, and who could I be making that happen most effectively with? And that's a different way of coming at the career path you then adopt that may, by the way, very well lead you into our industry, and if it does, for God's sake, change it. One of my personal bugbears is that we do not listen enough to the youngest people in our industry, to the newest entrants, who, because they have the freshest perspectives, have very interesting things to say about our business. Agencies say, oh yeah, we value ideas from anywhere. We'll take them from anywhere. But no, they don't. When everybody is facing recession, when you're pitching 24/7, when you are seriously worried about your economic future and your business and whether you're going to make your numbers, nobody wants to hear from the account exec or the baby creative. And those are the people that management and leadership should absolutely be talking to you, because those are the people who have the most interesting observations to make about our industry today and how it should be changing. So it's a qualified don't. It's a think about it differently. Think about what you want to make happen, and then think about how you can make it happen. Does that answer your question? Great.
Okay, fantastic. We've gone over time, but that was deliberate to break the rules. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, guys.